The wish seed glowed faintly in Cinderella's palms as she made her way back from the midnight garden. The forest was quieter now, too quiet, as though it held its breath around her. Even the magical moth that had guided her earlier had vanished into the shadows, leaving only the soft echo of the fairy godmother's words in her mind. A journey unlike any you've ever known. But Cinderella didn't feel fear. The warmth pulsing from the wish seed steadied her heart like a gentle lullaby. It felt fragile, yet determined, like a tiny voice whispering from within. Don't let me fade. By the time Cinderella returned to the palace, the moon hung low and silver, about to dip beneath the horizon. She stepped quietly into her chamber, the wish seed still cupped carefully in her hand. When she placed it on her bedside table, the light glowed brighter, casting soft rays that danced across her walls like ripples on water. As Cinderella lay down to rest, the wish seed pulsed again, softly, drawing her into sleep before she realized her eyes had closed. And then the dream began. No, not a dream. A message. She stood on a flat stone pathway in a world where everything looked washed out, colors drained, shapes blurred, air heavy. Trees stood like silhouettes, frozen in time. Flowers drooped as though exhausted from waiting. And the sky was a pale gray, shimmering like old parchment. A soft voice drifted around her, echoing like a memory. Welcome to the land of forgotten wishes. Cinderella turned in a slow circle, trying to see where the voice came from. A swirl of pale blue sparkles condensed into a small floating figure, no larger than a child's hand. It had delicate wings shaped like tears and a body that glowed faintly like fading candlelight. I am Lyria, the creature said, bowing weakly. A keeper of wishes. Or I was, before this land began to dim. Cinderella knelt beside the little glowing being. Lyria. What happened here? The creature's wings flickered, dimming with each beat. Wishes came here when they were forgotten by the hearts that made them. But they used to heal with time. They used to rise again, glowing brighter, and return to the world to inspire kindness and hope. She paused, her tiny voice trembling. But now, the wishes don't rise. They sink. They fade. The land is losing light. Cinderella's heart clenched. Why? Lyria floated closer and touched Cinderella's palm gently. Because something stole what keeps this world alive. Something ancient. Something lonely. Something that feeds on forgotten hope. Cinderella swallowed. What is it? Lyria hesitated. A shadow of silence. A cold whisper crept through the air at those words. Cinderella shivered. The shadow wandered this world for centuries. Lyria continued. It used to be harmless, just a spirit that collected faint echoes. But when forgotten wishes started piling up faster than ever, the shadow grew hungry. It consumed the wishes' light, their voices, their hope. Cinderella's eyes widened. So the land lost its colors. Yes. And more will fade if the wish seed you carry does not bloom. Cinderella looked down at her hands, only to find the wish seed glowing there in the dream, though she hadn't brought it with her. How do I help it bloom? She asked. Lyria's wings flickered once more. It needs two things: light from a heart that remembers hope, and a place where forgotten wishes can gather safely. A place, Cinderella echoed. Where? Lyria pointed to the horizon, where a faint, distant glow flickered like a lone candle in an endless night. The Tower of Remembering. The name pulsed in Cinderella's mind like a heartbeat. It is the last place untouched by the shadow of silence, Lyria whispered. But the path is dangerous. The shadow's echoes prowled away. Before Cinderella could speak again, a deep rumble spread through the land. The ground beneath her cracked. Grey dust rose like smoke. Lyria shrieked. It's here. A chilling whisper called through the air, soft, hollow, and terrifying. Who carries the seed? A shape formed in the distance, tall, shifting, made of black mist with hollow eyes that swirled like empty wells. The shadow of silence. Cinderella stepped back instinctively, clutching the wish seed tight. The shadow glided closer, not walking, but drifting, soundless. Lyria darted in front of Cinderella. You must wake up. Wake up before. But the world around them twisted violently, as though swallowed by darkness. The shadows misreached for Cinderella like long, skeletal fingers. Just as the darkness closed around her, she heard a whisper, not from the shadow, but from the wish seed itself. Do not fear. Remember your light. Everything flashed white. Cinderella jolted awake in her bed, gasping. Her heart pounded. Her palms were trembling. And the wish seed on her bedside table was glowing brighter than ever, so bright it bathed the whole room in shimmering gold. Cinderella touched it gently and whispered, I saw it. The land of forgotten wishes. Lyria. The tower. And the shadow. The wish seed pulsed, as if saying, yes, you must come. Cinderella stood, steadying her breath. She knew what she had to do. She had to travel to a world fading away. She had to outrun a shadow hungry for hope. She had to carry a fragile wish to a tower that might no longer exist. And she would not fail. She slipped on her traveling cloak, tied her hair back with a silver ribbon, and placed the wish seed safely inside the pouch at her heart. As she stepped into the quiet palace corridor, the moon shone through the windows, lighting her path as though guiding her forward. Hold on, little wishes, she whispered to the fading world she had seen. Your hope is not forgotten. And so, Cinderella set out on her next journey, toward the land of forgotten wishes, toward the tower of remembering, and toward a destiny woven from echoes, light, and dreams waiting to rise again.